Okay, everybody, I'm back. Today I want to talk about, do companies steal ideas? You know, I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask just the common person, they're going to say, of course, big companies steal ideas from inventors. But I think you might hear that, and I think it has happened. Of course it's happened. And there's always two sides to that story. But I do believe that companies will, it's not all companies, but there might be a few companies out there that will work around your product idea. Simple. And I've mentioned many times that when you do file a provisional patent application, make sure you steal the idea from yourself, meaning that you look at all the different variations and you put those variations in your provisional patent application, right? So you looked at all the variations, all the different ways it could be done, and you've included it in your PPA. And if something does happen, right, you might have some recourse. So let's talk about what the recourse is. Because I don't think today it makes much sense to try to stop someone from copying you, because it's so hard to do. If you come up with a great idea and someone copies you, I usually tell everybody, congratulations, because they don't copy bad ideas. They don't copy good ideas. But that being said, it feels terrible. It feels like someone has violated you, and it's just not fun, right? But I think it's reality today. I don't think you can protect anything. You know, if Apple Computer cannot protect its technology with an army of attorneys and patents and being the biggest company in the world, why would you think we can? So there is a reality to it. Most people think, gee, if I have a patent, that's all I need. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. You've been sold down the road of fear that I need to own something. But most ideas that are on the market today, there isn't any intellectual property. But that being said, I do think you need to file a well-written provisional patent application. And we do have a program called Smart IP that was developed with InventRight and patent attorney law professor Gene Quinn, which I think is the most wonderful program there is out there. I think it's the best on the planet. But that being said, what can you do? If you want to fight the people on the internet, you're going to need a trademark and a design patent, and that's pretty easy to get. It's going to take at least 10 months, so be prepared for it. But then it's like whack-a-mole. They're going to pop up everywhere, and you're going to be chasing them all the time and pulling out your hair. So that's one thing you can do. Bricks and mortar. What do you do when someone takes your ideas and a company in the U.S. now takes your idea, they copy it a little bit? Well, first of all, you have to realize, well, maybe they were working on that idea before you were, right? That happens a lot. And number two, I don't know if you can stop them today. It used to be that you could take someone to federal court, which is so expensive, it costs millions of dollars. But even that doesn't happen as much today because of the laws have changed. I don't think you should be fearful of it at all. I think you should just take it as a grain of salt. It says, all right, you know, if I'm successful, you know, there's going to be copycats. So what can you do? I think the best thing you can do is protect an idea with by licensing your idea. There it is, to a larger company that does have shelf space. Because I do think and I love this quote that I heard: sell first and sell fast. Also, a company does probably have a larger legal budget if there is a problem. But that being said, tell your story on social media. Don't fight in the court of law. Fight in the court of social opinion. And you can do that by having Facebook, LinkedIn, talk about it, have people write about it, and make sure the company that you have licensed it to has great customer service and loves your customers. And tell your story first and reach out to as many retailers as you possibly can. I don't think retailers want to carry, not most of them anyway, want to carry Me Too products. I think they would rather carry the original, but it does happen. So bottom line is, one of my technologies was copied. I had filed patents on a technology called spinformation, and I had that technology was licensed to a very large company that sub-licensed it to a company overseas, and they were contacted by Lego, the largest toy company. And sure enough, my office made samples, and we signed an NDA, and the pricing wasn't right, so they worked around it. And they're very clever engineers. And it became a #1 hit toy. In fact, I have it here, and you could see it. It was Bionicles here, and you spin the label, and sure enough, they worked around it, and they came up with a very clever way to produce it. And I ended up taking them to federal court in San Francisco in 2003. It took a long time. It takes time and money and stress. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. But at the end of the day, I wonder, looking back, was that really going to hurt my business? And I got very emotional, and I don't think you should. I remember seeing my name walking up to the steps of federal court, San Francisco, Stephen Key, Design versus Lego. I knew I had arrived. I learned a lot through that process. We eventually settled 2 weeks before and went to trial on 2 words. And I realized, oh, geez. So what am I telling you? I guess I'm telling you that it's impossible to own anything anymore, I believe. And I also think that don't be fearful that the system doesn't work. It does work. Everything works. It's just that you're probably going to have to share a little bit of your brilliance with somebody else, and that's okay too, because if it does well, everybody's doing well. But that's just the reality of it today. That's all it is. So learn how to fight the game. I do write for Forbes on intellectual property. I do believe you should look at intellectual property from a business perspective, not from a legal one. So make sure you follow me on Forbes. I write all about intellectual property, how to stop the copycats, how to write provisional patent applications that truly have value, how to use the system so it's not using us. My whole philosophy about licensing ideas is don't spend too much time on any ideas. Try to sell the benefit first. And then when you get a company interested, maybe you go ahead and spend some more money, more time on other aspects of it. So Stephen Key here. Thanks for listening. And get out there, come up with as many ideas as you can, and find those inventor-friendly companies and start building relationships and license those ideas to them. Thanks. Hi, this is Stephen Key, and I just want to thank you for watching InventRight TV. We're here to save you time, save you money, and show you how you can bring your products to market through licensing. So please subscribe down below, click on the button, and tell your friends. Thank you.